Get it. Yeah.
Cash flow on the beat.
We back here for another week, another episode. Welcome back.
Welcome. We's here. Hey. Yeah. Oh, man. So, we got the producer here leaning and rocking. Got this. We getting showing our age. But, anyhow, we here for a new week. New something conversation. This week is talking about here you go. Drop that down a little bit. There you go. Yes, sir. So, we know who in the building this week, so I need to get myself a moniker. I really do.
What, a monitor?
A moniker, a little ad-lib type drop.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm Yusuf Muhammad, Yam's Creation.
Yeah.
But I'm brother to brother. I'm brother to brother.
Y'all know who it is. Dark Shining Light here.
Darkness. I'm brother to the darkness.
Tim Hargrove. Welcome back, y'all. We're glad you're here for another episode.
You know me, dope.
Well, we're glad to be back, man. We got a great show for y'all today, and great topic. I want to talk about it. No, I'm gonna let you introduce it.
Well, this week, we getting older, and we ain't getting older. I'm getting sexier, losing all this weight, man.
Really good.
It look good. It look good. Ain't gonna lie, but I'm striving to get myself in order.
Yeah,
and in getting older, it ain't really getting older. It's getting mature.
Yeah, you
stop blaming others for the bullshit that you do. So
what you talking about? It's their fault. It's their fault.
It ain't their fault. It's your fault. You know what? I'm running on this one because I got something else I want to deal with on this one. So the blame game. That's gonna be our conversation today.
Okay.
So the blame game. Man, if I don't even embark on this conversation. So we get mature and we stop blaming people for stuff that we did. Because it's not their fault that it happened. You chose to do it. I mean, it's so many things. Like, I got one. There's this sister I was talking to earlier, and she pregnant, whatever, right? And we were talking about how she got pregnant, and
I wonder how that happened.
Osmosis in this motherfucker. So we were talking about how the situation came about, and why one was upset about it. And he was like, well, it's a choice you made.
Yeah.
I didn't make that choice. Were you raped? No. You made the choice.
Yeah.
You're pregnant now and you got, you're not with the father. Well, I didn't make that choice. It's not my fault. Whose fault is it?
Blame Canada.
Right. I was doing shrooms that night and I got drunk.
Okay, you chose to do shrooms, though.
Right, you chose to do all these.
Let's see. Put all in a drink, she ain't eat no. All
right, Rick Ross.
I mean, like, when you choose to do stuff like that, and you chose to put, let's be honest, man, because let's just go ahead and say, a lot of women will put themselves in the position to say that it wasn't my fault. And guys who, it ain't my fault. Like they had the drinks out and they'll get, you're getting drunk for a reason.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting drunk around this person. You act like I wasn't myself, or I was high.
You're doing it to lower your inhibitions for the evening.
Yeah, to have an excuse.
Right.
Blame it on the goose. Got you feeling loose?
He's running down all the blame games tonight.
But that a lot of people do that, and the same thing with the dude, man. She crazy, man. She was crazy. But you was still up being crazy. Come on now.
You laying where she crazy, but you still going over there on a regular basis. I know it may be good, but at some point,
banana cream pie.
That banana cream. That banana cream can be the most spectacular one in the world, but at some point in your life, you got to be like, "Yo, it's not even worth this, dog."
Yeah, this is not working.
I love women. Women. I love women when they say, "I prefer peace."
Yeah.
they're not, at some point, that piece has to kick in and be like, you know what? He fine. He's sexy. Like you said the other week, you know, he's all shiny, but he ain't working.
Yeah.
So at some point, that's shiny but not working, you take the blame and say, you know what? I got to make better decisions in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to slide on something that a lot of folks may not agree with me, because even my old castmate, you don't actually agree with me to the fullest. But Keke Palmer, that is like,
oh, here we go.
Yeah, I know we bounced, never got to it, but you know, we here. Keke Palmer, I don't like the new cancel culture.
Yeah.
The cancel culture is now where everyone, you can make a mistake, get rid of them. But you're blaming everyone else for a decision, something that you may have thought about doing or just never got caught. But then you also just finding ways to cut, like a person can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
And automatically,
you canceled.
Right.
You are canceled.
Well, it was a mistake. Well, you got drunk and high and then got pregnant, but you don't want nobody to call you out on that one. But this person,
what they always say, no judgment though, no judgment. You know, you make a mess out of yourself and everybody around you. But for some people, they go, oh, well, that's no judgment.
That don't count.
It's plenty of judgment, because you are shaping yourself, your future, and affecting others around you.
All day.
Same thing with these guys, you know, I was doing it. No, brother, you was out there robbing and stealing and doing all kind of stuff. There's plenty of judgment.
Yeah, but a lot of judgment, because even with that,
and it was your fault. It was your dad. My daddy wasn't there. No, your daddy wasn't coaching you. Right. That was you. You did that.
Take the 4-5 and hold it to the side. Put the gangster lean on the Glock when you do it, son.
And the same thing about ourselves. A lot of people will show up with, I'm going to put my best foot forward. Man, I'm going to step and I'm going to do that. No, but you got 2 feet. You feel what I'm saying? It's all of that is you.
All day.
All of that is you. And a lot of folks, man, they'll blame everybody. They'll blame their mama. They'll blame the past relationship. They'll blame the school system. They'll blame the system, the white man, the black man, the left, the right, the Democrats, the Republicans.
The Illuminati.
Yeah.
Benghazi.
The devil made me do it is these reptilians. They'll blame everybody but themselves.
Retrograde moon, Mercury. I heard so many excuses. Well, the moon is not lying properly, brother, so my spirit is off.
Like, what? Did you see the when I sent to the group where it's talking about the astrological sign? It's just birthday racism.
Right. See, me, I'm the same way. People, what's your sign? Like, oh, well, you know, what's the worst birthday sign?
Oh, man.
I said, that's not a sign doesn't do it. It's a personality.
It's the Dolphinarius in me, man. Look, y'all just don't know, man.
It's the astrological Illuminati of the Benghazi, and it's off by the retrograde of the 2 Saturns turning blue that day.
They will use whatever sign. You know, you a Taurus, you a Honda.
And because my mama had me on a Thursday and not the Tuesday like she was supposed to, so I never lined up spiritually in my development.
You're blaming on everything but themselves.
Blaming it on the alcohol.
Here's the thing. You know, now there is certain things as reasons and excuses. Now that's not to negate the reasons. There are reasons why things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You know, there's a reason why someone is the way that they are. But staying in that state is called an excuse.
That's it. So I tell people quite often, we turn excuses into reasons on why we do things.
Yeah.
In the way that we do.
Wow. You flipped that right on. I was prepared for that one. I like that one.
The excuses are now your reasons why.
Yeah.
I didn't do it because my mama. And you constantly use this. And now that's your reason for why you do it.
40 years old.
Right. Like at some point, when do you take the blame? When do you take the correction and say, you know what, I need to do better? It's like, man, I'm not going to say that one. We need to do better.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. we have to at some point be mature enough to say, you know what? My fault. I was told growing up, it's a difference between an error and a mistake.
Okay,
An
you gotta
error.
break that one all the way down, bro.
So an error is a mistake is something that you do once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
An error is something that you're constantly doing over and over again. Like a person who's saying, "Oh, I cheated." First time, mistake.
But you jumped all the way up.
I'll come and start with the top one because that's the biggest one that you understand.
That's a hell of a mistake.
You cheated. That's a hell of a mistake.
So, wait a minute. We can say, okay, you didn't come home on time. You was not being considerate. You jumped over. Hell, I cheated. It's a whole lot.
It's a whole lot of stuff in between. But I got to give you the one that everyone can be like, I can understand this one. Okay, so a mistake is.
Let's say
let's do another one.
You overspent your budget.
Okay, that's the one. This still don't work with me. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. I took something.
Okay.
You took something.
Okay.
It was a mistake in doing it. Literally, you probably picked it up by mistake. You kept moving. And it was a mistake in picking up something that was not yours.
Yeah.
My fault. Here you go. And you done it once, maybe twice. All right, cool. That's a mistake. But if you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, you're constantly taking people. Now you're a thief.
You kleptomaniac right there.
Kleptomaniac. So you're a habitual liar, a habitual thief at this point. So the same thing, like locking your key in the car. This is my mistake.
Okay.
I did that once or twice.
Okay.
But by the third, fourth time, like, bro, you need to get I was working at E-Trade Financial at one point, and I wasn't eating lunch, so I would go to sleep in the car, turn on the car in the shade, whatever. First time I did it, it was a mistake. My partner let me use their AAA. Let me do it. Second time, it was like I was running. It was like, all right, cool. Third time, they were like, nah, nigga.
You're going to have to pay for that.
Right. So now this is an error. You keep doing this.
Yeah.
And we have made our, like you said, our excuses now turn to reasons.
Yeah.
And this reason is an error that you're using now as a crutch to say, oh, my mom, daddy wasn't there. So that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Daddy wasn't good. Daddy beat me.
Yeah.
Well, he might beat your ass because he knew what you was going to do in the future. So he was getting it in early.
And the other thing is we have to take the steps in order to keep us from those things. Let's say if you know you like gambling.
Clickety cloud. Miss crap rolling in the city, baby.
You like gambling. Stay out of casino. Just point blank period. Don't participate in it. Find something else. If you know that, like we said, the person that want to blame it on the goose. You know that you have a propensity toward those things. It's not even that I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? If you know you steals, first of all,
don't go around loose change.
No, the thing is, you have to fix the thing that makes you feel like stealing. Is it the excitement? Is it the we have to figure out what's going on inside of us that pulls those triggers. Because some people steal for different reasons, or some people leave themselves uninhibited for different reasons. And if you don't dig inside of yourself and figure out what that reason is and take the steps necessary to fix the problem, you're just putting Band-Aids over. It's like, okay, you're an alcoholic, so I just won't go to the liquor store. No, you need to fix the reason why you are indulging in spirits that much. If you know you know, whatever it is, whatever your issue is, you got to go to the root of the thing. So that is the thing of taking responsibility. Because we in a culture where we just want to slap a Band-Aid on it. We think that we can just speak an affirmation. You know what I'm saying? We want a quick fix.
Speak an affirmation that manifests something different in your life.
Yeah. I am beautiful. No, you need to brush your damn teeth.
Right.
You need to wash your ass. If you want to be beautiful, you have to take the steps necessary that creates beauty.
But my affirmation said if I say this with dignity and pride and belief.
But the belief becomes look, I don't have to believe shit that I know. You understand what I'm saying?
Ooh, belief counts
You
for
don't have-
nothing unless put into practice.
Well, the thing is, if I know it, I'm already in the state of it. That's what I am.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like a dog doesn't have to wonder and believe that it's a fucking dog. It bark, roof, roof. It do all of what dogs do. You understand what I'm saying? A whole and complete person, a person who is consistent. They don't have to affirm their consistency. They are. And that's the state of believing and affirming to the state of actually being that. And that's the thing that we have to get out of this quick fix bullshit. We want to look at a reel, or we want to look at a TikTok or a YouTube video instead of actually doing the work. You don't have to convince a ball player that he a ball player. He playing ball.
We're looking for, I like how you said that, we're looking for quick fixes to long-term problems that can only be solved by doing the work.
Yeah.
So, like, ball player, like you said, I love it. All these young brothers walking around with basketballs. I'm the next basketball player. Your discipline ain't high enough to be the next basketball player. And you blame that on other people because you have stuff to do. So, like, I like the saying, especially when they're dating, when people say that, I'm looking to make sure I say this correctly, that people make time for what they consider important.
Yeah.
They don't blame, oh, I was busy or I was something else. Oh, nah, I picked up the phone because you called.
That's the priority.
That's the priority for me. I'm not going to blame, oh, I was busy, because that's the priority of being busy at the point. The priority right now is you called. I want to be with you. I'm going to pick up the phone. So taking I'm still trying to figure
initiative.
Out. It's not it's the initiative.
Wrong SAT word.
I'm looking for the word that's saying when you take it on to yourself and not keep placing the blame on other folks.
Just say it plain. Just like that. You just said it.
Yeah, right. I'm looking for that SAT word. The opposite of blame.
Let's just say it plain. Because we don't need, a lot of times when we're speaking to people, we have to say it straight up. We have to just say it straight up so that everyone can understand it. One thing that I learned is when a person can't break something down to the level that children can understand it, that means that they haven't mastered it. They don't understand it themselves. Remember when we had that whole COVID outbreak?
COVID!
And they was like, oh, well, we can't really explain it to you because our words and it's too scientific for the common man. That means you really don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
You can't fool me into, no, if you understand something, you can break it down to anyone can understand it. That's why we look at our orators. If you know math and you've mastered math, you can break it down to where a child can understand what you're talking about. That's called communication.
Mm-hmm.
With us, when we're talking about the blame game, like in relationships, say, oh, well, it didn't work out because it was them. It was you. It was, no. It's a relationship takes two people.
I like that one.
It really does.
It does. So with me, like you like to study. I like to study people and listen when they talk. First thing I listen to, you ask somebody about.
I know they're listening on the podcast like, what happened with that? Did he just turn LGBTQ real quick? Hey.
No,
we got our producers in the studio.
Welcome, walking in, acting up. So, but go back to the story. I like to listen to people, especially when you start having conversations about relationship development and those who've gotten divorced.
Yeah,
I listen to the first thing that comes out your mouth.
She was crazy.
Right. When you ask, what happened in a relationship? And if the first thing they say is they,
yeah,
I automatically just kind of look at you weird. Like, are you that perfect that you had nothing to do with the relationship? Like, I can listen to myself. People ask me, when they ask me, why'd you get divorced? I wouldn't know my shit at that point. I may give you a blank. Every reason may be different. It's always sort of the same thing, but it's a different way how I say it. But I'll take the blame. I didn't do what I was supposed to do as a man first.
A lot of times when we look at it, because even if it's completely not our fault, it's always something we could have saw the signs.
Right.
A lot of times we don't pay attention to the signs. A lot of times we stay in things too long. A lot of times it's just our time. Everybody plays the fool sometimes.
So we play the fool sometimes.
Because there is legitimate reasons. There are people who have been loyal to the wrong people.
Because there's no exceptions to the rule.
And the same thing, like, oh, okay, it was that person that, no, we all play our part. We all play our part in the world. We all play our part. Sometimes that's your turn.
And sometimes it's a season. Yeah. I believe everybody's in your life for a season.
Exactly.
Some seasons may be a long, extended period of season. Some people it's just a couple of days.
Yeah.
But even in the season, you have to know when to let the person go.
Yeah.
Too often, my father, I'm gonna hit my daddy today. What's happening, Daddy? My father said something one day. He said, son, when the relationship is over, end it. Yeah. Don't stand around trying to beg for it. Don't stand around trying to plead. If I coulda, woulda, I could do this better. Let it go. It don't matter what it is, son. Let it go. Because by holding on it, sometimes you do more harm to yourself.
Yeah.
Because that situation should have been over with. And we weren't talking about, like, intimate. We were talking about business at that point.
Yeah.
So I took that. You can apply the same thing over to your personal life. Because I played that simp at one point, and it was a learning lesson. There was a sister I was talking to, and we were cool. And why not me? Everybody else do it, but why not me? Why everyone else can get your time, but why not me? And I'm sitting up here trying to beg and plead, and it was like, at one point, the guy was like, "Cause she ain't for you, partner." That was it. Like,
it's her fault. These women. I'm going overseas.
Go to Thailand tomorrow.
Where's my passport? It's all of them. It's not me. It's them.
Yes. We're going to Passport Brothers. I'm reaching out to you.
So, and then you go over there and find out they don't want your ass.
But Minister Farrakhan, I gotta throw my brother in here. Minister Farrakhan says that we are all, again, this blame game.
Marriage in Islam should be a wonderful experience. And that doesn't mean it's not going to have its ups and downs. But I don't think any of you that get married should divorce within the first year or the second year or the third year. Take them 3 years to even find out what you're into. And if you can hang in there, but them first 3, they're rough, because that's when you're getting adjusted. And I know, brother, you think you can find better in some other woman, and I know, sister, you think you can find better in another man, because you don't know them. But we are like pieces of wood cut out of the same pile. And whatever you find wrong in one, I bet you it's in the other, to one degree or another. We have similar problems. The idea in Islam is to help us to see that marriage is a struggle where a man and a woman with different natures, which means that you view things differently. A man and a woman can look at the same object, they won't see it the same way. And this means that a man has to listen to a woman, to look at it from her perspective, to listen to somebody else. Now, when you learn to really listen to a woman, she already has learned to listen to you. But a man has to learn to listen to a woman in order to really hear what she's saying. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, the problem with 90% of the marriages is improper communication.
Yeah. So he says, and I'll probably drop it in here at some point. He says that we are all piles. We're all wood in the same pile. We're just cut differently. And we go around trying to act like everyone's different, and if not. But the thing is that once you find the person that is, good for you, work, make it happen. Too many of us are not working it. Because even he said when you get married, 3 years, trial, the number 3 is trial. He said, give it 3 years before you try to get out of it. Because in the first 3 years, you're listening to a lot of stuff going on. Blaming this and blaming that, I guess. But work those 3 years to make it happen. Because if you throw that person back, you're going to get another piece of wood or another person. You're going to find the same BS wrong in them that was in the same person. And you got to figure it all over again. You got to keep restarting. just work with what you got. Unless they're abusive and some other bull crap.
Yeah,
Let
because
that go.
it's some folks who made out dead wood.
Yeah. Some person got termites and all.
And then at the same time, you can't blame that person for being what they are.
Yeah.
You chose that.
You chose
picked that up.
Something in you is in track. My mother always said is trying to be nice with this one. My mother said,
You better not slander her name.
She said, because I was attracting a bunch of emotional people around me one time.
Yeah.
My friends was like, you said you ain't nothing but Captain Save a Hoe. Always saving these motherfuckers. So,
I want to be saved.
so he's like, but you always helping people. I mean, male and female. You always helping these niggas, man. Stop that. My mother says, Yusuf, it's something in you that you need to fix.
Yep.
That you keep attracting all this to you.
Yep.
And I said, God damn, mama, why you always gotta mess up my right now?
You being right? How dare you be right? It's your fault.
It's your fault. I'm out here doing this. But
you know what, mama? You cancel. you cancel.
Cancel culture has kicked in. Get out of my face, mama.
But it's funny because it takes those who really care about us to tell you the truth. To tell you the truth.
Precious over here sitting up here pointing at everybody.
Our producers on it. But like that's the way it is. We're gonna get you in on the next one. But no, it takes somebody, because you did that to me. You did that to me. You was
I'm
like,
having a second.
I mean, they pulled it for me. It was like, hey, brother, we got to talk. I got a whole intervention. I'm sitting up here. Yeah, we about to go out. Yeah, the fellas pulled up on me. Yeah, we about to go out and get this knowledge. That's what we about to do.
Let's go get some of the bean pods and final call, brother.
I'm looking at
it.
What is this? What is this? Nah, we being men here. And we messed around and had a real conversation. And a lot of times, like you said, you said all the time, you point that finger.
Got three of them coming
you got
back
them
at
coming back at you. It's you. At the end of the day, it really is you. Whether you got a bad picker, you picking bad, the choices that you're making bad, your discernment is off, or it's some things that you have to work. And sometimes it's just your time. Sometimes it's your time for fine-tuning. Sometimes it's your time for the work. It's your time for the workout. Sometimes it's just your time to go through it. And the thing is, if you want to blame anything, blame the times that you're in. Blame your own development. Blame yourself.
I'm sticking with the alcohol.
But the thing
and the
is,
drugs, brother.
There is, like for instance, okay,
my shrooms was bad last week.
This is not like an end-all, be-all. You know what I'm saying? But this is the blame game. We're not talking about the person who mind their own business, walking through the mall, and then they get shot. That ain't their fault.
Man.
You know what I mean? Because that happens here in Atlanta.
Bro, it happened last week that security officer was sitting at work.
Over at Greenbrier?
No. He was downtown, man. He was sitting at work, nighttime shift. He was he was on lunch break. Mm-hmm. And somebody was still in the car across the street, and a person started shooting, and he got hit with just a bullet that wasn't meant for him in the neck and bled out.
Jesus. Man, see, like you said, it's sometimes it's the time. It's the time that, it's nothing that you did. Like in the Bible, it talks about the unfortunate things that happen in life. It said, like, it happens to the bird in the air. The bird in the air that got hit by the hunter's arrow, it wasn't because it was some evil bird and it was and he deserved to get hit. It's just sometimes stuff happens.
It was just the hunter was hungry that day, brother.
And he just so happened to be one of the birds in the bush. Sometimes you just sit minding your own business and something happens. However, when we get it into where you're in the constant state of blaming, I think that's what we're talking about when we talk about the blame game. Because now it's become a game.
Accountability, that's the word.
There it is.
There you go. SAT words kicking in right now.
And that's the other thing, is we have to be accountable to ourselves before we can be accountable to others. When we hold ourselves to a certain regard, and that's the old thing, is we have to give ourselves grace because we ain't perfect. A lot of times we judge other people out of this whole perfection. Oh, well, they are this and they supposed to be that. Hold on. You ain't that yourself,
bro.
You just the person who's not in the spotlight.
Oh, can we drop some little seasoning on that? You ain't that yourself. Kevin Samuels.
Oh, here we go.
So
Man,
much-
we done lost some people now. They cutting off the show.
Fuck this show.
They cutting off the show now.
But Kevin Samuels, even
Oh,
the
here
producers
we
is
go.
looking at me
KS.
crazy. And folks in the room. So Kevin Samuels brought accountability to a lot of things. If you take away the BS, if you take away your emotions, if you take away everything and just stripped it down to the basics. Kevin Samuels said something one day to me, or not to me, he was on the show. He was this lady talking about, I'm 30 years old, I got 4 kids, I'm working at this, and she was just average type person. But she said, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for a man that make over $200,000, $300,000. He got to be this. And she gave all of these standards that she wants. But then Kevin Samuel looks at her and said, well, ma'am, how are you going to require this out this person and you haven't met the same ones?
A lot of times, a lot of us do that same thing. A lot of us do that. We require all these things. Let's go to not even on a relationship thing. Most people out there have jobs. They have 9 to 5s. They
Right.
operate businesses.
Right.
I require these things out of my staff, or I want a job that pays this and does this, and you don't even wake up on time. You're
Right.
late every damn day, but you're demanding a raise.
Right.
You don't want to finish your work on time. You don't want to take extra
Want to
responsibility.
leave early every day.
You won't even take responsibility for the work that you do and don't do, but you want to take the leadership position. You want the next position. So how can they put more responsibilities on you when you don't take care of the responsibilities that you have for yourself? The same thing with a lot of people who operate businesses. They require all of these things out of their employees, yet they're not providing the things that they need to have those things met. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, sir.
Like if you want these things, why aren't you providing the tools that we need? Why are you still having this person in this position when they're creating a toxic atmosphere? Why are you not paying people the going rate for this job, but you're expecting double the work out of this person? Well, you understand what I'm
Then
saying?
say, y'all ain't doing nothing.
We expect things out of what we want, but we're not honestly evaluating what we actually provide, what our actual market rate is, what we bring. What is it that you bring? What is it that what is the culmination of you? What are the essential things that you show that you can provide for something?
Accountability. And I'm glad I figured the word out because it puts a lot of things in perspective.
Yeah.
Accountability to say, like you just said, you are the owner. You are the boss. It's like somebody going to work at McDonald's. McDonald's is known for what? Sesame seed buns and burgers, all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, 2 onions on sesame seed buns, something like that.
You just called out all your age right there. Oh,
this
every
ain't
bit of it.
McDonald's. This is McArnold's coming to America. But they're known for that, and they're known for their French fries. That is
And
the
broken ice cream machine.
broken ice cream machines. That definitely broken ice cream machine. So, but what if you went to McDonald's and they had, we out of fries today. But you're still expecting, as the workers, I still want you to sell everything as is. We shouldn't slip on nothing today. We ain't got no fries. Okay, and so what? We need to still sell all these burgers today. Well, the fries is what makes the burger sell. It ain't the burger. People don't understand. It's the fries. That's why they push so many fries, because it's the fries and how they're made that's making you want to buy the burgers that go along with it. So
you got to have a complete package.
Got to have a complete package. But if you're, as the manager, boss, owner, your accountability is not doing what you're supposed to do, which are having all the resources that are needed in this place for them to run up to optimum speed, you can expect them to do what they need to do and then blame them for coming up short. Well, y'all ain't sell today. Well, sir, why didn't you do
You didn't order what you need to order.
Why didn't you do the orders? That ain't the point. You still should have been out there selling. All right, sir. Thank you. I'm just dealing with the point that you just said.
You know, I really want to talk about this because we were talking earlier. I was talking with the producers, and a lot of people who run businesses, they'll blame you for not delivering.
Oh, goodness.
And they think that you're replaceable. But anyone who's run a business long enough know that when you get a good person, when you get good staff, it is hard as hell to replace somebody who was great at their job because they're not going to produce it. A lot of people will come to your job just to see that person. They'll come to your business just to have that thing. When you, let's say you operate e-commerce, but if you lose your factory, your connection, that person that you were getting all of your inventory
plugs
with,
from, oh no,
man, please, you can't replace that. Do you know how long it took you to make those connections? When your middleman, they got an issue going on and they had a death in the family, or they died, or they got a factory that burnt down, or they got sanctioned on the country. Now you ain't got your plug no more. You can't even fly there no more. So when we look at that, people make that happen, and when we don't consider the people that make that happen, and we come up with every excuse except for, like you said, that big word, accountability.
Ooh.
And the thing is, we have to hold ourselves accountable. But the other thing is, a lot of people have a problem holding others accountable because they want to avoid conflict. The thing is, if you're going to be a leader, lead. It takes more than just yourself. Sometimes you got to put on your big girl draws.
Big girl draws,
Sometimes
the one that cover your whole...
your big boy draws and gird up thy loins and tell people to get on their job and make things happen. And if they're not making it happen, you got to put them same draws on and let that person go. Because some of us have the right people in the wrong positions.
Brother. I'm just, amen, testifying.
Now everybody go into your wallet. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbors, I need y'all to donate to Cocktails and Conversation.
It's like the accountability. I just like what you just said there because I love the conversation that we have because we go around the world. But even going around the world, we touch on so many things because it's a holistic approach where everyone can say, I feel what they're dealing with. Because as you were talking, I was thinking about the economy of today's society.
Yeah.
And the accountability of those on top wanting to blame those on the bottom for not doing what they feel that they should be doing. But I look at it, I said this the other week online, and man, I said I haven't got so many people want to fight me. It was weird. But I said that it was very...
I got you. Go ahead.
I said that I don't like the fact that, we blame... they say no one wants to work, that Americans are in particular are lazy. A lot of people say that, especially those on the top. And I listened to that, and I was coming from a meeting one day, and I was dealing with someone at the Department of Labor, and then I was just going over some statistics, and I was just thinking that it's not that they're lazy and don't want to work, it's that you don't want to pay them worth of the labor. The worth of the labor. So again, that, and then society, inflation, the value of the dollar is dropping. So what you're paying me is not even worth a third or 2/3, even say like on the high side, 2/3 of what it's worth. Man, I was going in the store the other day. If you all go in the store, literally just look.
Yeah.
The average price of the lowest item on anything in the store is $5.
Yeah.
Right.
It is about the average price.
Average price. A bag of chips.
Yeah.
$5. Bread.
Yeah, I was looking at that
$5.
the other day. Like, when did a bag of chips become $5?
Right. So everything is now going up on the price.
For $1 worth of chips.
Right. Because the bags are now, I like to pay attention. Look at the bag that you have in the store.
It's even less than where we were complaining.
The bag the bag size has decreased by a third, and what's in the bag has decreased by a third.
Yeah.
So you're getting less for your money, but you're being charged more.
Yeah.
And then you want to blame people because, okay, well, I can't work that job, sir, because I need to find something that my rent, $1,700 to $2,500, whatever your rent is. You're barely making that on the check.
Yeah.
And then you still got to live. You got to eat. You got to get to work back and forth. Your check is not covering all these things.
And then you want to pay somebody $17 an hour. It's not going to cut it.
What is that supposed to do for the person? They're barely making it.
Yeah.
And then you complain, oh, no one wants to work. But look at you.
People want to work,
but they
want to be paid.
Right. You're lacing your pockets very well.
Exactly.
But you're not wanting to make, well, I got to eat still. That's greed. Yeah. And this is wrong with the American dollar. They said the top 1 or 2 billionaires.
What it is we are having a lot of things that are fundamentally wrong. Like people are writing things off on their taxes, but that still has to be paid for. We're printing money and increasing the amount of the dollars in the economy. And what it is that same blame game. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. And we're not really going down to what's fundamentally wrong. Like you said, it's our greed. Really, when it boils down to it, they tell the white people it's the brown people's fault. They tell the brown people it's the white people's fault. They tell the poor people it's the rich people's fault. The rich people say it's the poor people's fault. And then they have everybody pointing toward each other and they giving quick fixes. Look, let's just give some stimulus money.
Right.
Let's just print some more money and say it's money.
But you've printed so much money now that
it's not worth anything.
It's not worth anything. It's fiat money.
It don't mean nothing. It is, a guy can tell a woman he love her all day. But until you actually experience love, that don't mean nothing. I can say a lot. A lot of people promise a lot. And that's all our paper is. It's promissory.
Promissory notes.
The promissory notes. The IOUs.
That's it.
But if I never pay up on my promise, what do it mean? It's empty.
Empty as hell.
So just because, okay, well, I promise you I'll pay you back. And then the next time a person come back and say, man, I'll promise you 5 times $1 billion, I'll pay you. You ain't paid me back for the first time. Giving me 5 more promises don't mean nothing.
Excuses that are now turned to reasons why you ain't doing your job.
We need to hold people accountable for what they are doing. And that's how we take the accountability for ourselves. We live the righteous life, and then we hold them the accountability for it. I don't want to beat this horse up no more.
What?
I mean, hit that accountability button for a minute.
Oh, man, we hit them. I'm just thinking about, this is damn near racist. How am I about to say this? It's not.
No.
But it's not. Again, it's looking at what we've done in the society.
Yeah.
And it's like we keep blaming other people for these things. But it's like you did it so long, now it's actually your fault that it was done.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're right. I'm going to let that one just jump over there and nobody keep moving. But the blame game, man, I don't think it was actually a game show or something at one point. I've been trying to see it.
Like an old school game?
Yeah.
It probably was.
I don't know. Either how, again, as we're getting older, mature, because I'm not getting older, I'm getting sexier. The mature part is taking the blame off of others and putting it back on self.
Yeah.
And, even in our marriages, you have a successfully thriving one. Congratulations to you very much on that one.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
The whole thing.
Thank you, studio audience.
Studio audience in the building giving them his applause. And I haven't gotten mine yet, but it's all good. But in the marriages, taking the blame, like you said, the choices that we made.
Yeah.
And we were just speaking the other week about, I said, I want to get married. I wish I'd have gotten married younger. And I looked at it was choices I could have made that I probably could have did it.
Yeah.
I just chose not to. And I don't blame no one else for these things. I don't blame no one else for my situation that I'm in my life. This is all mine. My choices, my actions, my thoughts. And at some point you have to stand up and say, you know what? In order for me to progress and develop, I gotta quit blaming everyone else for these things. If I'm not if I'm working this dead end job, I gotta figure out, well, what happened? Well, when you're supposed to go to school back then, you chose not to. But someone gave you the opportunity to switch jobs. You was like, oh no, I'm good. I like my job right here.
You bunkered down.
Right. So you have to take the blame off others and grow up. Be like, like you said, put your big boy girl drawers on, whatever you want to wear. Everybody wearing whatever they're wearing nowadays. But you put them on and cover your whole ass, because in covering your whole ass is covering up yourself to say, you know what, I did this. This is me.
Take responsibility.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We got to do better. And I'm just looking at myself. I'm looking through this whole conversation. I looked at my children, looked at my accountability to my children, where I'm lacking at, what I'm supposed to be doing, and just got to be better.
Yeah.
Take the blame off everyone else, because if we took the blame off if everyone just woke up tomorrow and just said, you know what, F this, I did this, we need to just do better. We just started with self. Drinking, smoking, gambling, and start with the little sins that we have.
Yeah.
I am in this situation because I spend most of my money getting weed every day.
Yeah.
Drinking, doing drugs. So
Don't
this
be
is why
telling
I'm
on
broke.
yourself
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that stuff. I ain't buying no coochie that everybody doing now. That's beyond me. I'm doing this fast right now. I start with myself right now.
Yeah.
It's fast. So I've been struggling with this weight, as we've spoken over the past few weeks online. But I said that I want to do something different. So last year, Rasul and I were doing every other day.
Yeah.
So this month, I said I'm going to do every 3 days I eat. So fast 3, eat a meal, fast another 3, eat a meal. And this is taking accountabilities for myself. Get some weight off you, clean your body up, become better. But in the same thing, you can't be doing the same foolishness that you were doing before while you're trying to get yourself clean. Because the blame is, I'm in this situation holistically because of my holistic, I mean, not the HO holistic, but the WHO holistic, the whole picture of what my actions are.
Yeah.
So I'm not blaming no one else. I blame that fork that I keep picking up, the food that I'm weightlifting on my arms, because it tastes, man, shout out to my mama.
Oh, here we go.
I love her food. I like eating, but I like eating at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But like you said, it takes for us, and a lot of things is not to overindulge in things.
I don't. I sorry, brother. I don't.
Well, it's not. It's not even that. Just with that, and that's with everything in our lives. There is a such thing as being too righteous. You know what I'm saying? Of being too lofty. A lot of people are going around and they're so holy that they let's say that they don't have anything common with the common man, because they have this nose up in the air. They don't understand how to connect with people. You understand what I'm saying? Is that here's the thing, we're all fallible. We all have
spell it.
Google, Siri. But here's the thing: we all have faults. We all have come short.
Right.
And the thing is when you're reaching for too lofty of a goal, when we're trying to reach toward, it's nothing wrong with reaching toward perfection. But a lot of times we have to give ourselves grace, because we're not perfect. And when we think that we are, God has a tendency to show us just how much we are. And with that being said,
right, that right there just, man, knocked off my whole train of thought. But I can't even say nothing on that one. Man, you know what? I'm done. I can't even come after that one. You know what? God, he definitely will definitely show you behind. So you should think you're the man. Watch this. So with that being said, you know, my brother dropped the anchor for a closer. But I didn't mean to do it, but, you know.
Hey. Wrong button, y'all. It's like, what was that?
What is that?
See, that was not perfection. See that?
That was a heavenly guidance to say, you know what, go ahead and close this out. Thank you all for tuning in for another week of Cocktails and Conversation. Tune in. As we said before, we'll start rebranding and doing something different the next 2 weeks. Maybe a lot of changes being made. We'll figure it out. We're going through it. So with that being said, this is Sir Dumbo himself, Yams Creation, flying around these ears.
Lord.
Yams, you brother Yusuf Muhammad with the big homie.
That's right. Dark shining light out here with y'all.
Darkness, everybody, darkness.
We appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all tune in next time. Subscribe. Tell somebody what you heard, what you know about what it be like.
Yes.
Peace.
This is Yusuf Muhammad, DM's creation. This is Cocktails of Conversation that you're listening to. Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. on all streaming platforms. Like, follow, share, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Look forward to you joining us.